Hello, welcome to my channel All Things Venus. This is Aishwarya. Hi. And this is my cute puppy, my darling girl, sharing with you which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm giving away. As you already know from the title, a concealer graveyard video which is inspired by Tati. Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Golden Beige. This is such a hyped up concealer. Full coverage, not as full coverage as MAC Studio Finish concealer, and definitely not as full coverage as my Kryolan FS28. Oh my god, it creases, and it creases how? Creasing is a problem with this, but otherwise it's a really very good formula with the moisturizing ingredients like shea butter and coconut water extract. It feels really good on the skin, and for the quantity you get, you can use it as a foundation as well. Drag it down. Now that's the main reason why I'm gonna be giving this one away. Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Golden Beige. I am definitely giving it away. Would you please subscribe to my channel? The next one is Maybelline Fit Me concealers. I have 4 sand, honey, medium, molyn and golden. I've showed all 4 of these shades in the Maybelline Fit Me concealer review video. I'll put the link in the description. I'm almost done with medium molyn so I'm gonna have to toss it away. I have very little of sand left, as you can see over here, very little left. Honey is a beautiful shade. It's got like this slight peach kind of an undertone to it, so it works as a corrector for me. Golden I absolutely love. This is my perfect shade. It conceals, at the same time it meshes really easily into the cheeks, which not many concealers do. If a concealer is matching my cheek shade, it does not conceal under the eye, and if it conceals under the eye, it does not match my cheek shade. You know what you're gonna do. So Maybelline Fit Me, definitely keeping them. The next one, this is Derma Camouflage Concealer. I've not showcased these in my videos so far. Let me know if you want a separate video on my Kryolan and Derma collection. This is a very light shade for me. Actually, I wanted D5. I told the makeup artist to get D5, but then I don't know what happened. D4 came into my hands. So not my shade, give it away to someone. Really beautiful formulation though. Derma have the best, most pigmented, thick concealers. It works as concealer, foundation, everything actually. It's all in one, but it's very thick, so you gotta work it in. You can't directly put it on your skin. You have to take it off. There's a whole method. You really need a makeup artist level of skills to blend this. This is the next one, again from Derma. It's called Camouflage System Cream Derma Color. This is the bigger dabba, 30 grams, and this is a smaller one. All right. In the shade DFD. I love this shade. I use it when I'm like going for swimming. This is what I wear all over. And I have one powder, waterproof powder by Derma. Heroines, when they're like under the waterfalls. This, with that waterproof powder, it stays for so many hours. Yes, it makes your skin very dry, but then if something has to last that long, it's gonna do that, right? There is so much of quantity. I've been using it since few years and I've not finished it at all. So I'm gonna scoop out a little, keep it for myself and give away the rest. The next one is Kryolan FS28. It comes in this palette, Kryolan Supra palette. I have their FS palette. It's 1007 FS. And this is my holy grail shade, my holy grail formulation. The only problem is it's a little heavy under the eyes, so you gotta warm it up. You need to know how to work it in. You've got to moisturize really well. This is not something you can skip your moisturizer with. And you need to know how to set it. But if you know your way around it, it's magic. You know, Photoshop has this option, retouch option, where you just go under the eyes and you just do that, and it's like an eraser. This is exactly that. It's an eraser. Definitely keeping it. I love it. The next one, okay, this is the last Maybelline concealer I have. Age Rewind range. I have it in the shade medium, and it's very it's got a white base to it. It's basically a brightening concealer. It's not going to camouflage anything. If you have ash around the eyes, you definitely have to use either the shade Caramel and then apply medium on top of it, or use a corrector, or just go for one of these Fit Me concealers. This is definitely not for heavy dark circles. This is just like everyday use, very light formula, very thin. Many times I don't even set it. Just a little bit is enough. It's very powdery dry for me under the eyes. That's the reason why I will not be buying it again. However, it really gives me that brightening, like that brightening triangle. I feel that whole trend was possible because of this, because of Beauty Blender and because of this. These two products really brought in the whole contouring, brightening, all of that. Okay, keeping it. I've kept this mat for her, okay, but she won't sleep there. She'll sleep on me, or she'll sleep here or here. There's absolutely no way she's gonna sleep there. But if I don't keep a mat for her, she'll keep coming to me and asking me, where do I sit, where do I sit? I have to keep a mat for her, only for her to not sit there. LA Girl Pro Conceal in HD in the shade Pure Beige. Now this has a beautiful formula. It's very emollient. कुछ concealers होते हैं ना जिन्हें blend करने में मजा आता है. This is that. But the coverage is very less, and I have to apply 3 layers, and even after that it doesn't cover anything for me, but it does give like a smooth, nice finish. I like it for finishing, but this shade is not something I can use for brightening. It has the perfect formula of a brightening pen. You apply it in the hollows under your eye and they just brighten and bring this area forward. And they're very light in texture. I'm not someone who wears concealer every day, so when I do wear it, I only wear the ones that are my favorite. So I don't know if I should keep it or toss it. You tell me in the comments, okay? Tell me what to do with this. Swiss Beauty Liquid Concealer. This is said to be the dupe of L'Oreal Infallible. Is it actually the dupe? I don't think so. The coverage is pretty solid. The shade range is not very good. The formula is such that you cannot put it on top of your eyelids. Eyeshadow is gonna crease. But it's a very good concealer under the eyes, only and only if you bake. Otherwise it creases. So I'm gonna keep it. I like it. I use it a lot. This is Swiss Beauty HD Concealer Pen. Very light formula. You can go for a lighter shade in this and just use it for like brightening under the eye. And it has a sponge tip applicator. I don't like, and I don't know why brands are copying this. Like Age Rewind came out with a sponge tip applicator, and I removed the sponge because I felt it was very unhygienic. But however, the sponge is very handy for like blending. Sitting in the back seat of a car, not driving, obviously the sponge comes in handy at that time. However, I don't think it's very hygienic. I love this shade Pure Beige. It's a beautiful shade. It covers dark circles like that. They also have another shade which is like a little orangish, which works as a beautiful corrector. So I love it. Definitely keeping it. The next one is NYX HD Concealer in the shade Fresh Beige 6.3. Now this shade is not available on Nykaa. I got it from Ulta, and it's the perfect shade for me. Like, I love it. It's the perfect NC42 shade. It's very thin, very smooth in texture. The only thing is it's only 3 ml. For 500 rupees, it's only 3 ml. Don't think I'll be buying it again. I'm definitely gonna keep it. This is turning out to be a pointless video. I've only kept aside 3 concealer products until now. This one is a very unique product. It's by MAC. It's their corrector plus brightener duo. I have it in the shade Burnt Orange. This one's Burnt Orange and you get a yellow with it. I bought it basically because I needed a good corrector under the eyes. I have dry skin, so this is very serum-y in formulation. It sits beautifully on dry skin, and you can mix and match and make a shade for yourself. This is one product that I can use around the ear. If you just know how to balance out the orange and yellow, obviously you have to take very little orange and more amount of yellow. I use it in 1:3 ratio. Definitely keeping it. There's no way I'm giving that one away. The next one is Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer from Collections. I have it in the shade Warm Medium 3. This is for my international audience. It's a beautiful concealer to have if you are in Europe or US and you can get your hands on it. Get your hands on it. It's so long wearing and it absolutely does not crease. And in terms of price also, it's pretty affordable if I compare it to other concealers that do the same job. Definitely keeping it. Went out on a limb to get this. I really requested someone to get it. Somebody was coming from US. They got it for me. Healthy Mix Concealer by Bourjois. It's almost makes my skin look fresh, like I'm well slept, and just overall very nice. This is a good concealer to have. If you can get your hands on it, get your hands on it. It's very sheer coverage and it's gonna give a very nice pretty finishing and brightness to the skin. One thing I've noticed, does have very fine shimmers, and I'm not somebody who likes shimmers in my foundations or in my concealer, but this one I actually don't mind because it's so fine. It just gives such a pretty and nice look that I'm okay with it. Keeping it. MAC Prep and Prime Click Pen. Now I've checked Nykaa. It's not there in Nykaa. I've also checked maccosmetics.in. It's not there in that as well. But maccosmetics.com, it's there. I have the shade Radiant Rose. It comes in 4 shades. I think Light Boost is a very nice brightening yellow undertone. Now the thing with pens like these, if you have hollows underneath your eye, okay, there's darkness and there is hollow, and they're 2 different things. Okay, you may not have darkness in the skin, but you would still have hollow, which is just your bone structure, and you want that hollows to get covered. You want that area to just sort of look like more plumped up. That's when you need a brightening pen concealer, and this is perfect for that. Radiant Rose, suitable for you if you are fair. Right now I'm very tan, you can see my hands. Light Boost would be a good shade for me right now. Definitely keeping that. It's kind of sad that's not available on Nykaa or maccosmetics.in. It should be. And if you hung out till this point, then please subscribe to my channel. This is the famous Tarte Shape Tape Double Duty Concealer. I have it in the shade Medium Sand 34S. Very full coverage, powdery finish. Not the best formula for dry skin, but it's very thin. For something so full coverage, it's surprisingly light. I'm not saying it's light, I'm just saying for the coverage it gives, the texture is very light. It's the perfect concealer to wear underneath liquid eyeshadow. I'm wearing it right now and there's absolutely no creasing, guys. I've not even worn a primer. I've directly worn this and eyeshadow. There's absolutely no creasing. I love it for that purpose. That's the reason why there's a beautiful bridal concealer. If creasing is a concern, yes, there will be creasing, but very little. Oh, I forgot to show you D5, right? So I wanted D5, but somehow my makeup artist got D4 for me. So I requested and took a little bit of D5 from him. This is what D5 looks like. This is D5 and this is NC42. I keep both of these and this lives in my travel handbag. A beautiful shade to have. I am absolutely keeping this shade. In fact, I would like to give away D4 and buy a full D5. But again, the thing with derma and kryolan is you gotta know how to work those formulations. Okay, these are very heavy formulations. Now the last one is of course my beloved MAC NC42, something I use a lot. This is their Studio Finish Concealer. It's got SPF 35. Absolutely love it, the best. This is a beautiful formula. The only thing is it's a little heavy, so you gotta warm it on the back of the hand and then apply. It's a very heavy formula for the skin underneath the eyes, but it's a beautiful concealer to have. It'll cover everything like this and it blends beautifully into the skin. Like it really gives you that skin-like texture, like truly skin-like texture. Out of everything I've shown, this one and Maybelline Fit Me, these are the 2 that really cover and give skin-like finishing, like in person. Of course, right now even Tarte Shape Tape is looking like skin, but if you were to see me in person, it would look like a makeup face. So these are all the concealers I'm keeping. If you want a detailed, honest review on any of these concealers, put it in the comments below and I will do so. And these are the ones that I'm giving away. These are the ones. I'm gonna be clearing some of my serums, powders, primers, everything. Which one would you like to see next? That'll be the first one I shoot. Come, let's meet in the next video. Subscribe. Subscribe. Ta-da!